Mario Judah might not be a name that means much to you. By the end of today's video, it's gonna mean even less. My name's Dan Frampton, hit the intro. I don't have an intro, I don't know why I said that. Anyway, I guess I have to make one real quick. Okay, so here we are. We're talking about this rage rapper, this trap guy that broke onto the scene a couple years ago. He's kind of a Cardi clone, I guess. His name is Mario Judah. And typically, I don't talk about the dramas and the stories in hip-hop culture around the rap world. I just don't feel like that's my place to talk on that sort of stuff. But this story is where this guy is encroaching onto our territory. Mario Judah is coming into the underground punk scene and stealing almost $10,000 from promoters and bands and fans. It is absolutely deplorable what he's doing. And not only is it deplorable, it's stupid. I can't even wrap my mind around it. So we're gonna start at the very beginning. Okay, we got Mario Judah over here, and apparently he was out there on tour. He's not really making the towns. That's normally rule number one when you're on tour, you make the towns. But he's not making the towns. But it's a little bit more egregious than just not making the towns. After looking into this story a little bit, apparently Mario Judah is looking for promoters in towns looking to run shows. That's normal, right? If you want to run a show in, let's say, Corpus Christi, you're going to look up a promoter in Corpus Christi. That is the actual city that we're going to be talking about today. And you're going to find a promoter. You're going to talk to that promoter. If that promoter doesn't have necessarily a show going on, that other promoter is going to go to somebody else. If you have a big name coming to your town, well, that will just kind of make sense, right? But Mario Judah, after going through all of these texts, all these screenshots that I got, it looks like Mario Judah wanted to run this entire thing through his own website. He didn't want to do tickets at the door. He wanted to run it all through his own website. So the money would go directly to him. And apparently the access code to this money went to Mario Judah's email. So Mario Judah is the only one that has access to the tickets bought this way through his website. So apparently what his scheme is he goes to Corpus Christi. He's like, okay, he's gonna go to one promoter called Hardpoint Booking. Then Hardpoint Booking is gonna go and they're gonna reach out to Still Shrine. They're gonna collaborate. They're gonna say, all right, we'll get everything together. We'll get a show poster. We'll blast this out to our people. You're gonna run this on your story before the show happens. It's gonna sell out instantly. It's gonna be great. $12 tickets, beautiful. Not at the door though, not at the door. So anyway, I was very confused about this. I'm thinking, okay, I gotta reach out to somebody. So I reached out to Still Shrine themselves and we got a statement from the promoter that ran the show that Mario Judah bailed out on. And we got kind of a 3-point statement going on here. So when I reached out, they were like, yeah, I'm just gonna give you my statement, then I'm gonna give you my screenshots. Right here are the screenshots of the text messages between the booking agents, between Mario Judah, and exactly when he fucked off. When he stopped messaging them back and stopped picking up the phone. This guy started ducking them right away. As soon as it goes into promotion mode, he goes into ghost mode. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the guy from Still Shrine goes on to say, point number 1. I was contacted by another booking agent, Hardpoint, who Mario asked to book 2 dates for him. One in El Paso on August 4th, and one in my city, Corpus Christi, Texas, July 23rd. I accepted with a week's notice to set up the show. Finding a venue, $400. Sound guy, $200. Getting a flyer made, $60. Along with booking 3 out-of-town bands who are expecting to get paid as well, $100 each. Of course, that is how you run a show. That is the cost of running a show. Anybody who hasn't ever done it before, and this is on the low end, but this is running a show. And with 2 weeks notice to put all this together, it's like, all right, I guess Mario Judah's coming to town. We're gonna bend over backwards. And of course, they're gonna sell it out. You're gonna do this as a promoter. You're gonna jump at this opportunity. And apparently, it wasn't really a traditional kind of headlining thing that Mario Judah was looking for. If I was to understand these texts correctly, and I am because I asked for confirmation, Mario Judah proposed a very interesting show concept. where essentially he'd be on stage the entire time while the hardcore bands are playing, while the punk bands are playing, and he would just be there on stage live streaming it. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. And then in between the bands, he was supposed to do a couple songs or whatever. Did he not realize that you gotta break down the back line and set up for another band? You can't just really do it that way. But he's Mario Judah, and the promoters, I bet, were gonna make this as smooth as possible. They were gonna have, like, I'm speculating here, but a relatively easy back line, so the bands can just come and go while this Mario Judah guy runs his Twitch stream or whatever. Why is everybody IShowSpeed now? Why is everybody doing it like this? It's ridiculous. You're Mario Judah, man. Why do you have to be an IRL streamer as well? Anyway, he didn't even do it, but that was what he proposed. Like, don't worry, guys. It's going to be very entertaining. I'm going to come up there like a regular Kai Cenat, and I'm going to do a live stream exploiting your town, exploiting these bands, exploiting your scene and culture for my personal gain, and you're not going to get anything out of it other than the privilege of getting to do it with me, Mario Judah. That is what comes across in all of these text messages. It's ridiculous. And then the guy sets up his own little website over here, $12, go to this website, over here, sell these tickets. All right, that happened. Great, bing, bang, boom. They don't show up. Ridiculous. Anyway, diving back into the statement, point number 2. All tickets were sold from his website. So every ticket bought went directly to him. I asked if we'd be selling tickets day of, but he assured me it would sell out. So all I had to worry about was ID checks, wristbands, and online tickets being shown to me. I accepted cash and Cash App at the door because some didn't know if the tickets were only online. Absolutely fair enough. Doing absolutely everything to make sure that this show is happening. For sure. Point number 3. All artists performed with local rapper Doozy Darko opening, Dreams End, No Jest, Skabatha, and Shutout. Because I asked a couple questions. If the show went on, the show did go on. I asked if there were refunds. The answer to that's coming over here in the next point. Number 4, refunds were given to those who asked, with most of the cash going back to those who paid us with cash. Totally fair. Absolutely totally fair. If I went to this show and I paid money, I would not ask for a refund. I would understand that you went through absolutely everything to make sure that this happened and that you were the one that actually got fucked over in this, Mr. Promoter. Anyone who bought a ticket online had to contact the website to get a refund. 100%? Absolutely 100%. I was telling them to contact the event organizer, which was me. So I was thinking, God damn, I wonder what the reaction to this was live. I wonder how the crowd would have reacted to this. And before I could ask that question, the dude who ran this show showed the live reaction of him breaking the news to the crowd. This is that video right here. Roll it.
This motherfucker ain't responding for shit. I can show y'all receipts. I can give y'all whatever the fuck y'all need. Yeah, go online. Wait. Go ahead, blast him on anything. This motherfucker decided to just say nothing. I did everything that I needed to do on my end to make sure that he got here. We had some good bands come out. You know what? We had Shutout from San Antonio. We had Skabatha from San Antonio. We had Dreams End from San Antonio and Corpus, and then No Jest from right here. And Mario Judah's dumbass just didn't fucking show up. So like, if he's not gonna show up to anything else, then we're not gonna do anything else. Like fucking almost any other capacity, right? Like, I wish that I could give y'all back y'all shit, but he has all the money, so go ask him for his money online. If y'all bought those tickets online, all that money's in his pockets. It's not in my pockets. I wish it was. Go ask him. Go tell him. Go fucking like blast his ass on Instagram right now. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Fuck Mario Judah.
Yeah. Fuck Mario Judah. Yeah, he didn't live up to the end of his bargain, man. That's pretty much it. That motherfucker didn't show up. I mean, that's a prerogative. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry. That's all I can fucking do.
That footage is absolute gold. My God, you don't often get the crowd reaction to something like this. And I could just imagine how nervous that the promoter would be to go make this announcement. Like, how is the crowd gonna fucking react to this? Are they gonna be on my side? Are they gonna like come for my throat with the pitchforks? Are they gonna demand their refunds right now? But it seemed like he got them on his side pretty quickly, and they were a very fuck Mario Judah crowd. So that's good to see. Fuck Mario Judah. Dude, imagine doing this to just some town, and one part of this that really doesn't make any goddamn sense to me is that he insisted on it being a 200-room cap at $12 a pop. That seems like such a small amount of money just to swindle out of a small community just trying to run a show that wouldn't even be running if it wasn't for you. It's ridiculous. If you're gonna be running this scam, why would you do it with such small numbers? Why wouldn't you try to juice it? It doesn't make any sense. And I'm not saying that he should have tried to juice it. It just seems so ridiculous to go out here and do such petty, low-level street crimes just on the internet. But it wasn't even the first time that he did it. These are two other incidences over here. One time in Tennessee, I think it was, and then another time in Colorado. I didn't look into either of these situations, so I don't know if they played out exactly the same, but other communities came out saying, yeah, he walked away with $7 grand from us, okay? And then down here in Colorado, I definitely don't know any of the details here. But is this how you're running your tours now? You're setting up shows, you're doing all of this elaborate stuff to just not show up to the fucking show? That doesn't make any sense, man. It almost seems like less of a headache to just show up to the town and commit the 1 or 2 hours that it would be to do this show. Why would you just not do it? It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. And of course you wouldn't think you're getting swindled. It's like, yeah, he's asking for a 200-room cap. He wants to promote it the day before and get like a really quick surprise buzz thing going for it. Yeah, as a promoter, I'd jump onto this opportunity as well. You could get some good buzz going for yourself. But setting up your own website and demanding that people kind of only buy it through you and then gatekeeping the code to those funds, that's a little bit of a red flag. And the internet was excited to go see this, and then they got the whole rug pulled out from underneath them. This dude wearing that sick-ass combat shirt, awesome shirt. But anyway, we got a second angle from this announcement. Normally you don't get the one angle, but here we got two. This is very special. This is gold, especially out here in the YouTube content mines. Roll it.
Go ahead, blast him on anything. This motherfucker decided to just say nothing. I did everything that I needed to do on my end to make sure that he got here. We had some good bands come out. You know what? We had Shutout from San Antonio. We had Scabbard from San Antonio. We had James Ann from San Antonio on the board piece, and then No Jets from right here. And Mario Judah's dumbass just didn't fucking show up. So like,
great video, great capture. And then the last video I wanted to play for everybody comes from the guy that discovered him. The only reason why this is relevant to this story is because it paints a character witness of Mario Judah saying that he's kind of been like this for a very long time. He's the kind of guy that would scam people. He would go to punk scenes and be like, give me your lunch money. What are you doing, Mario Judah? Anyway, I'm gonna let this guy tell his story. Before I do though, one of the reasons I believe it to be him and he's not just telling fibs is because there is photographic evidence that he shows, but I'm still skeptical in the land of AI, in the land of content. You never know what's real, you never know what's fake, so take everything you see with a grain of salt. But this came across the desk as well, and I think it does paint a pretty compelling picture. Anyway, roll it.
Hey, this is Jay Law from One Room Media. You might remember me back in 2020. I discovered a guy by the name of Mario Judah who had 2,000 followers. Nobody had ever heard of this guy. I liked his music. I flew him out here to Hagerstown, Maryland. We shot a video called Die Very Rough. Went crazy viral, was #1 on iTunes for a couple weeks. Anyway, 6 years have passed. Mario's made a lot of bad decisions, including never speaking to me again. Mario, you still owe me money. But then I see this, and I'm not letting this one slide either, Mario, so we're going to put you out on the web. Don't book this, man. Somebody booked him. He convinced them that the ticket sales had to go through his page, and he scammed somebody out of $7,000. This isn't the first person. He's done this with beats. He's done this with features. So take it from me. The guy that discovered this man helped get him signed, and I've not heard from him in 6 years. I haven't heard from this man. I'm doing fine, but apparently he's not. I feel real bad for these guys that booked him. I saw this post floating around. Just wanted to get a little clarification. Don't do business with this man. He's not trustworthy. He turned his back on the people that gave him everything he's got in the first place. So don't book this man. Leave this man alone. Take it from me.
So yeah, I think that that's a pretty compelling character witness. And Mario Judah going across the entire United States scamming punk scenes just seems so fucking strange, dude. Like normally when you're one of these celebrity type people and you're out there doing scams, you're scamming fans. You're getting lots and lots of money with your scams. Mario Judah is running the most low level, most low effort, most easy to prove scams of all time. Covering up absolutely none of his tracks. Everything is still there. All the receipts are still there. I have all these screenshots. And look, now you do too if you want. You can pause this video at any point. And there you go, you got all these screenshots. I don't know how well you can see them, but they're all there. Every single one of them. And we got the fan reaction, and we got the character witness, and we got the statement from the promoter themselves. But I wanted to give Mario Judah a fair shot as well. So of course, when I had my little journalism cap on, I reached out to him, and this is what I said to him. Okay, just for full transparency, he did not respond. People are accusing you of scamming them, bro. Are you advertising shows, selling tickets, and then bailing on folks? I'm covering this on my YouTube channel, so I wanted to give you a chance to say your piece. Now, I realized I used the wrong version of piece here. You can come after me, grammar nerds, it's fine. A lack of statement will not look good. What do you have to say about the Corpus Christi event that you were supposed to play on Thursday? I'm gonna go hard as fuck in my video, dude. Just a fair warning. This isn't cool behavior. But if there's a reasonable response, it could change the narrative. Ball's in your court, homie. Be well. All of that remains true. If you had a good reason for scamming these people and made a good effort to pay these people back and was really sorry and showed remorse, then yeah, that would change the narrative completely. But that's not what happened. I gave him a chance to do it. Right here was your chance. This is a public video, a very long one at this point. You could have said something over here, Mario Judah. The next person I think you should rip off is Logan Paul. There's been a severe and serious lapse in judgment, or whatever he said. So with nearly 10 grand in his pocket from the underground DIY punk scene from our people, we are very, very, very angry with this Mario Judah guy, and we know that he's up here in the rogues gallery for a very long time. I'll worry about fitting him here neatly into the rectangle, but for now, he's gonna be right here beside Jack and Sharon Osbourne. Pretty good company, I think. Enemies, the lot of ya. But that's where this situation is right now. I need to know your opinions though, comment down below. But more importantly than that, you're at the end of the video, and gang, great, blah, 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 blah. But this is a Sunday night upload. The single worst time to upload a YouTube video. So please, you already did the greatest thing of all time, which is watch it all the way to the end. If you have a Twitter account, if you have a Facebook, if you have an Instagram, blast this out. Share this thing. Even just copy the link. YouTube loves it when you copy a link. Okay, thank you so much. Goodbye. See you later. Have a good one.